Good morning and welcome to Sunday School. I'm glad you're here with us today. So today we're going to hear a story that is in a way part of Easter because it is a story about Jesus, and it helps us to understand why Jesus was so important at the time and why he is still so important today. Let's begin by lighting our candle. And our candle reminds us to quiet our minds and our bodies so that we can get ready to hear the story. And let's say a prayer together. Loving God, we thank you for this day and for this chance to come together and to hear this story. Help us to feel close to you and to the people, all the people who are sharing this story with us this morning, even though we can't physically be in the same space together. Amen. Easter is such an important time that we celebrate it for 8 weeks. So, each year, the people of God would travel to Jerusalem to celebrate the feast of the Passover and to remember how God led them through the water to freedom. This year, Jesus was traveling to Jerusalem. As Jesus walked, crowds gathered around him. They had heard all the amazing things that Jesus had said and Jesus had done, and they knew that Jesus would not turn anyone away, even children, even if they were crippled and poor, even if they were sick or scared. Jesus would include them all. As Jesus passed the town of Jericho, there was a man outside of Jericho named Bartimaeus. Bartimaeus was begging because Bartimaeus was blind. He could not see. But Bartimaeus could hear, and he heard as Jesus passed by, and he yelled, "Jesus, please help me." And the people gathered around Bartimaeus and said, "Bartimaeus, be quiet. Don't bother Jesus. Be quiet." But Bartimaeus yelled louder, "Jesus, please help me." And Jesus stopped and he turned and he said, "Bring him to me." And then Jesus asked, "What do you want?" And Bartimaeus said, "I want to see." Then Jesus said, "Then receive your sight." And immediately Bartimaeus could see. Bartimaeus and the people were so excited that they had to thank God and to worship God. And then Jesus continued on his way, and Bartimaeus went with him on the way to Jerusalem. I wonder what you think about this story. I wonder what it was like to see for the very first time. I wonder why Jesus would stop and talk to Bartimaeus when everyone else told him to be quiet. I wonder why the first thing Bartimaeus did after receiving his sight is to follow Jesus on the way. I wonder how Bartimaeus felt following Jesus to Jerusalem. I wonder if you were in this story somewhere, where you would be in this story. And I also wonder if there is any part of this story that we could leave out and we would still have all the story that we need to have. I wonder all of those things. I also wonder if maybe at home you could respond to this story in some way. I wonder if you could draw a picture or act it out with your body or with maybe your toys, or maybe you could build a scene from this story. All of that can help you try to figure out what you think about this story. So, let me bring my candle back in. And let's say a prayer. Loving God, thank you for this important story about Jesus. Help us to see how important Jesus was then and still is for us today. Please be with us this week and help us to remember to share our light. Now I'm going to extinguish the light, and you'll see when I extinguish it that what it does is it just spreads through the room. So go out this week and share your light. Blessings to you.